Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today we are doing day 16 of 31 Days of Horror, otherwise known as Spooktober. I'm very excited today because today we are going to be talking about a Jess Franco film from 1962. It was made in France, I believe, and is the first horror film that was ever produced in Spain, and also the first horror film by Jess Franco, as he talks about in the interview for this film on this release. This is The Awful Dr. Orlof. Initial reactions, I really enjoyed this one. I don't think it's as good as Two Undercover Angels, for example, but it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of similarities to Eyes Without a Face, which is a 1960 French film, which is all about a surgeon trying to recover the beauty of his wife by mutilating other women's faces and grafting it onto her face. And that's basically what the story is for this movie also. So I immediately kind of made that connection when I read the synopsis before watching it. But it's really not that close to that movie, actually. There aren't really any scenes of him cutting into the flesh and moving it onto his daughter. And Dr. Orloff, it is his daughter, not his wife. And then it's a lot more like Dracula mixed with Frankenstein, which is actually a very deliberate choice that Jess Franco made when making this movie, because apparently this movie was going to be an adaptation of a novel from France, I believe. And Jess Franco was able to score the director credit, and the sets were being decided, actors were chosen, the producers were spending a lot of money, or what money they had, to make this film, and then very kind of short notice they were taking away the rights to the book and making a film adaptation of it. The rights for that were taken away from Jess Franco and the production company, and they were just kind of left hanging without any plan. So what they did instead is Jess Franco was like, hey, Dracula's a great movie, we should just go make that. And the producers were like, we've never seen Dracula before. So Jess Franco took them out to the theater in Spain, or in France, and Nice, I believe, is how you say that city name. But they went and saw it, and they were like, yeah, go do that. You have full control to do whatever you want with this. And so he made the film, which is amazing, honestly. And when it was released in Spain, it got a pretty wide theatrical release, but they heavily censored it. There's quite a bit of nudity, actually, in this movie, and not too much blood, but I think it's the nudity part that Spain did not like at all. And Jess Franco was getting pretty heated all about that, because he loved this movie, making it, and how it turned out, and there's some pretty graphic nudity in this movie, with breasts full frontal in the camera. We have somebody sort of groping, because the doctor, of course, is wanting fresh skin, really great skin. And so there's one scene of a woman laying on the table with her breasts exposed, and he's just sort of kind of, I guess, testing it out. And he does that for a few seconds, but I have a feeling that they censored that. And then the part where Morpho, which is basically Frankenstein's assistant, Dr. Orloff's assistant in this movie, Morpho rips the shirt off a woman, or the dress off of one of the women in the film, the main ones, and her breasts are full out, and the camera is right there, and it's like giant on the screen. So I think that was sort of a foreshadowing of things to come in terms of Jess Franco's career, because there's a whole lot of nudity usually in his films, especially in the ones I know, like Vampiros Lesbos, which I need to rewatch and re-evaluate, and then Two Undercover Angels and Kiss Me Monster. But especially in those films, there's a lot of nudity. So to see kind of the kernels of what Orlof, of what Jess Franco would eventually work with and to expand upon in such an early film, especially from 1962, 60 years old this year, and it's kind of just amazing to see that. I haven't seen too many Jess Franco movies, but I'm getting to the point now, because I did watch the interview with Jess Franco on this release where he talks about how this movie was made and what he was sort of going through when writing the film. And it's fun to start making these little connections between all the different Jess Franco movies that I've seen. I've only seen 4 total. Dr. Orlof, Undercover Monster or Undercover Angels, Kiss Me Monster, Vampiros Lesbos, and that's about it. I've only seen not even 1% of his films, so. But this one, in general, is really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I would rate it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I think I am slowly settling into that, but yeah, this was a great little movie. Really great cinematography throughout. Some really great performances. Of course, with Dr. Orlof, played by Howard Vernon. I had to check his name. But Ricardo Valle, he plays Morpho. Apparently, he was a pretty world-renowned dancer around this time, and Morpho is the assistant, of course. And instead of a hunchback, he has no sight, and so he has like a skin mask over his own face. And I assume that he lost his face at one point, and Dr. Orlof put the face on, kind of as like a trial one of how to get the skin from one human to another in order to get his daughter to have good skin. But there's a lot of scenes throughout this movie with Morpho where I'm like, how did he not fall? And finding out that he was a dancer, I was like, okay, yeah, he has amazing balance. So that was really one kind of question I had while watching it. But I'm not sure what the remaster is for this movie. It just says mastered in HD, so I assume it's just the 1080p restoration, because there was a lot of cracks and sort of damage to the film reels that they were working with. So yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. I'm just sort of having a special lens on when I'm watching Jess Franco movies, because I'm more interested in the film director than his movies in general. Not in a, I don't care about the movies, but more of, I want to see how all these movies gel together, and looking for those kind of repeats throughout his films, whether it's theme, whether it's sort of the type of material that he is dealing with, all of that. So I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get off now. So thank you all so much for watching this, and let me know if you've seen this movie, and if not, hope you all have a great rest of the weekend.